I'm gonna start off by telling y'all brothers and sisters about a church that is a wicked, immoral church that was back in the day, and the person that ran the church was named Jim Jones. Jim Jones lived in California. He formed a congregation and he bamboozled and duped a lot of people out of money. The scripture said, what do a profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul? It says that in the Bible, Jesus said. Well, Jim Jones conned a lot of people out of their houses and land and money, made them sell everything they had. They lived in California. He lived in California. They moved from California to Africa. Then he conned the people to committing a suicide pact by having communion with it. So the wine, they put cyanide in the wine, rat poison, and everybody, over 500 people drunk the communion poison wine, and they died. He killed all of them because the FBI was coming down on them and revealing his thievery and his wickedness and his robbery of the people. And before he freely give himself up, he killed himself and he killed the congregation. That was a wicked church. But I'm gonna tell you about the good church. The good church is like by Daddy Grace. Daddy Grace had a good church. Father Divine had a good church. Reverend Ike had a good church. Billy Graham had a good church. Creflo Dollar had a good church. Fred Price had a good church. T.D. Jakes and Jesse Jackson had good preachers. But I want to tell you, Jimmy Swagger, Jim Baker, they was good for their community, but Jim Jones wasn't good for his community. He destroyed his community, and I'm gonna tell you about the Jim Jones Church. The Jim Jones Church is like crack in the community. They contribute to violence, poverty, and our disunity. They don't really care because they think they got immunity. The same way the devil robbed our community. It's just one big fashion show with a lot of acting and playing different roles. While the preacher at the top is robbing on the low, like Jim Jones robbed and killed on the low. Ain't no big secret, the whole congregation knows. I see things as they are, and not what they appear to be. Like God, Christ, and the family. The Jim Jones Church don't mean a thing to me. The way they be pimping with a capital P and getting out people with a capital G. Going home to their mansion, eating high on the hog. While you working, they sleeping like a bump on the log. While you eating beans and rice, they feeding steak to their dog. They say give to a hurt, but they robbing you all. They not MVP players, but they having the ball. Riding around in Bentley looking like Boss Paul. All that steak imitation need to go for a jog. While you riding in your hoopty blinded by their fall. The Bible said you God, but you act like a dog. You nothing but a slave, but Jesus freed you all.